The guys who I was with had never dived an undived wreck before, and so you could hear the people, the whoops of pleasure as they found stuff and saw stuff on this wreck as we went round it. My name's Graham Bruce. I'm a diver. I've been diving more than 35 years, a long time. Back in July, we were going on a trip to Arran to go and dive a submarine called HMS Sea Lion, and the weather forecast was awful. There's just no way we would get to that. So on my Navionics software, I had a look and noticed there was a few targets that had appeared, a few marks on the seabed. So the following morning I managed to persuade everybody that it would be a good thing to do to go and dive this mark. There was 8 of us all together, and sure enough there was a wreck there, and it was just littered with pottery. There wasn't very much of the wreck left. It transpires that the wreck was an iron shipwreck that sank in 1859, and most iron shipwrecks corrode really quickly, much quicker than steel. The guys were just ecstatic, absolutely ecstatic, and it was fantastic. It was really good fun.
The most interesting thing when I saw all the pieces that Graham had brought into the Hunterian is just the amount of different types of ware that are there. A lot of people don't know that Glasgow had a huge pottery industry, and in the 19th century it was kind of the centre of Scotland's pottery industry. And Bell's pottery, which all of these pieces are, was the largest and probably best known of Glasgow's potteries.
I went back to Arran and spent 3-day cataloguing what we'd found, making sure the sketches were accurate of what we had, and then carefully went round the wreck and selected items that we would lift. And so over a course of 3 dives, lifted all this stuff, carried it back by hand. So you're sitting with a 45-minute decompression, holding an item or a plate or a couple of plates. And eventually, when we got it home and cleaned it all up, and did a bit more research, found out it was made by Bell's Pottery in Glasgow. The internet's a wonderful thing. We found loads of information about Bell's, and then found out that the Hunterian Museum had a collection of Bell's pottery.
The reason that their pieces are in such good condition is because they were buried in the mud at the bottom of the sea. Graham had to dive down to 53 metres to retrieve these items, so it's quite an extraordinary feat in itself. We don't know enough about the history of where the cargo was going yet, but we're doing more research.